All right, guys. Oh, it's shaking. All right. So, I'm going to talk about Safuu. And I know it's not early in the morning with the rooster crowing in the background, but that's why this isn't called the Rooster Report. I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep that. But anyways, I was going to read some stuff I had screenshotted from earlier today, but I just pulled up Discord, and Lucky has been talking a lot. So, and Bullet has been talking a lot too. And I always like seeing Bullet's point of view. He's real passionate. I like Husk Miner too. I read his stuff. But I'm starting to think, though, my mind is being changed, that maybe buyback and burn is not the best option. And the person that changed my mind was not Elliot. It was none other than Lucky Charms. So I'm going to read what he wrote, because he's been writing a lot since like 11 o'clock this morning. All right, so Bullet is a big fan of buyback and burn. That's what he says 100% of SIF should be used for. This was something he wrote this morning. He said, deploying the SIF dollar quantities after different time intervals could be really beneficial to Safuu, in my opinion. For example, let's say we have $200,000 to spend towards buyback and burn. Doing 4 $50,000 buys at set times, let's say every 15 or 30 minutes, could easily increase the Safuu price by creating lots of new investors and spur major whale activity. I believe this would create FOMO. He got a lot of emojis, in support of that. A lot of hundreds and thumbs up and fire and whale and, no X's or thumbs down or anything like that. So people are in support of that idea, obviously. So the community is definitely in favor of buyback and burn. But we're going to hear from the council, not today, not tomorrow, and not Sunday either, but sometime next week. Now, I'm trying to be positive. You guys know I'm a supporter of Safuu. I'm trying to be positive, but when something don't make sense to me, I'm going to point it out. And I'm sorry if you think that's me being negative, but I don't know why the hell we have to wait until next week for the council to give us an AMA. I don't know why the hell we have to wait that long. Do these 9 people not have time for us? We've been waiting 2 weeks to hear from them, and they keep saying, oh, we'll tell you in the AMA, because they don't want to talk about it in Discord for some reason. And we thought we were going to hear from them today, and now it's going to be next week. Anyways, I'll get off of that, okay? Because I'm trying to be positive. I had someone in my comments on my last video saying I need to be more positive because YouTube should be positive and Discord is where all the fudge should stay and all that, whatever. All right? Now, Captain Crunch had this to say, because someone said, let's hope buyback and burn is even an option to vote on. Captain Crunch said, from what Elliot said, we will first vote on what percentage of SIF to use for buyback and burn. That should give a good indication of direction. I want to see what options council has been looking at before that vote. Currently, I'm thinking 75%, but they may change my mind. Yeah, Captain Crunch, I'm there with you. They may change my mind as well. My mind has already kind of been changed by Lucky. I'm definitely open to doing things, that are going to bring revenue, not just buyback and burn. And I'll read you what Lucky has said, and he'll probably convince you too, maybe. Let's go to what Lucky was saying. Ted was having an argument with Bullet. Ted is seems to be triggered a little bit by Bullet from time to time. He's had a run in. He had a kind of an argument with him yesterday too. But Ted is a very smart guy. I mean, he's the founder of Project Daylight. He writes D-apps and whatnot. So I like both of them. I don't want to take sides or anything. I like Bullet and I like Ted. So anyways, so Lucky Charms comes in with, because there's a lot of people talking buyback and burn. Lucky Charms comes in saying using SIF for a pump and dump is absurd. Whales are getting in because they know it's a good position. It's been stable around 21 to 24 cents. It has been super freaking stable. My 15-cent dream seems like it's just going to remain a dream. Because from what Elliot was saying, he was saying the reason that the price goes down so slowly and requires some big buys for it to go up significantly is because we have such a thick liquidity pool. Like we have 2 million liquidity. Usually liquidity, if you look at other projects, liquidity is like 10 to 15% of the market cap. Our liquidity is 50% of our market cap, if not more. I mean, it's crazy how big our liquidity pool is, and because of that, the automatic market maker does not respond very quickly to small buys and sells, and even moderate buys and sells. So like the price doesn't go down quickly, it doesn't go up that quickly either, unless there's some real massive whale activity, which I mean is a good thing to keep the price stable. But obviously we want it to go up, and it will, you know, when the whales start jumping back in. We saw the one whale yesterday that made like a $37,000 buy. I think it was 37,000. Or was it? I forget. It was a big whale buy, and it brought up. I think it was actually no. It was 49,000. I apologize. 49,000. And it brought the price up. Ted was saying it brought the price up 1 cent. Bullet was saying it brought the price up 2 cents. So it either brought up the price, and we were sitting at like 20 cents at the time. So, and it brought us up to 22. So it either brought us up 5% or 10% from a $50,000 buy. So that's, and you know, so that's how slowly the price moves because of our liquidity being so absolutely massive. Like those tokens that have smaller liquidity pools, like Kiwi, for example, like a $500 buy will bring the price up like 10%. So, because there's a smaller liquidity pool there, it's only like $50,000, which is good for the size for its market cap, but it's like that price is a lot more volatile because the liquidity is lower. Anyways, so someone responds, someone writes, buy back, burn, we want it, the council does not. And that got a lot of support as well. Lucky Charms writes, maybe replying to that, says, don't even entertain the money in SIF being used foolishly to burn. We have a fire pit that works at the moment. The reason he says that is because the fire pit is automatic. The like 6.5% from buys and sells automatically is going to our fire pit. So our fire pit is slowly growing, and the SIF, which was before also going to the fire pit, the SIF is what is up for debate right now. That's what the council is working with. That's what everybody's sort of having these heated exchanges about, and that's what, you know, the Discord is all a Twitter about. So he's saying the fire pit does the burns, and the SIF can be used for other stuff, like bringing in revenue that can also be used for buyback and burns. I'll read you what he has to say because he's a more eloquent than I am. So Ted had a pretty long spiel here, and he's a smart guy, so I'll go ahead and read that to you guys. I'm only at 8 minutes. It's only my lunch break. Anyways, I'm not against buyback and burns. I'm going to avoid Bullet's comments and let it slide because I'm not going to read that. Buyback and burns are absolutely essential, but how do we make it sustainable, systematic, and not enforce exit liquidity? Here's something I'm going to say and make a few points on. There was an entry at 0.001. There's literally nothing wrong with the Safuu to fix in an open market like this. In fact, it's doing very well for where it is right now. The biggest question is, how can we add utility and create more lucrative stream of investment with excitement for current holders? There are several ideas I'm working on, which I will share when the time is right. All right, well, what are you doing right now? Please note, price is determined by liquidity pools, but people hold supply. One guy somewhere is looking for exit liquidity, which in this case the SIF, which will buy back and burn and raise the price. People might even swing trade on this to make a profit. Doing something like a buyback and burn has the possibility to tank the price instantly as a result of sell pressure. I don't think so. Like the sell pressure makes the price go down so slowly, and swing trading something that has a 30%, total tax from buying and selling, like swing trading is not really. I don't know that whales were actually I don't know. They must have been making profit, or unless they were using it as a tax write-off, like the losses that they were incurring, because I don't know how the hell you swing trade something that has 30% tax. But anyways, I've designed a revenue structure that would constantly buy back and burn without depleting the SIF and creating more utility for Safuu, which I will reveal soon. Everything is soon. Everything will be coming soon. Everything is like delay. I don't understand that. Listen. I try to be honest with you guys and give you my honest opinion, okay? I know I'm reading just stuff off of Discord, like Squid Grow Joe said in his last video, but I'm also giving you my thoughts on it. And I have not actually read any of this, so you're just getting it raw from me right now, okay? His point 4 is the SIF is essentially considered the council's reserve, or could even be referred to as the council treasury, as a community project like this will no longer have reinforcement from Vulcan. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's community run and funded by the community. Obviously, a $120,000 BBB will be deleting money not only from reserves, but a reversal on effect from sell pressure. A $120,000 buyback and burn will be deleting money not only from reserves, but a reversal on effect from sell pressure. The unwarranted hype placebo some of you have in your heads will be devoid the moment it happens. I've seen this happen multiple times. You need to experience it to realize that there are people. We have experienced it. I don't think he understands that we've been watching Safuu for like the past year. Like, we know you need to experience it to realize it. There are people, a considerable group, that would sell for profit or greater value than 110,000 if a buyback and burn were to happen. Burning the SIF out will lead to a dead end once more for continuous development. This is probably not what everyone wants. In hindsight, enabling a reserve would allow the council to develop much needed ecosystem extensions for Safuu and increase the longevity of the project, perhaps into a full-fledged ecosystem with several different purposes. Okay, someone says to Lucky Charms, you changed your tune. Lucky Charms responds, changed my tune on what? I've been saying to invest in streams of revenue that will be converted to Safuu, which helps buy/liquidity/burns, and we can then burn the tokens as well. My stance is the same. The tokenomics of Vulcan is the only thing that changed, and the fire pit being left alone. Pumping price for a 10-cent mass sell-off is not a solution. So yeah, he has been, consistent. Lucky Charms has definitely been consistent. Lucky Charms goes on to write, anyone who wants a Safuu pump with SIF is not thinking long-term. They are thinking exit plan, period. Blunt truth. Greek likes what Ted said. Lucky Charms responding to someone, Safuu.com will have a bridge, friend. Someone says, burn, burn, burn. Lucky Charms responds, you do realize I was referring to a stream of revenue that rewards back to Safuu, then we convert to Safuu through buys, and it helps the burn plus fire pit burns, plus us sacrificing those tokens we just bought. We burn, plus it helps liquidity. Read all my posts and you will see. All right, Lucky Charms, this is his long spiel right here. The solution is simple. We use SIF to invest in blue chips or reward-based programs that we can migrate back to Safuu. We do this by exchanging the rewards back to buy Safuu. Now, when we do this, we are buying Safuu. We are adding liquidity. We are replenishing SIF. We are burning tokens to Firebit, and we also then can take that Safuu we just bought and also sacrifice it to the fire pit to burn. Eventually, we do this enough times, building streams of revenue. We won't need investors buying Safuu. They literally could sit back, and the volume from rewards, converting burns will be more than self-sufficient. Why is this concept so difficult to understand? You literally hold your Safuu or buy more Safuu, or you exit your Safuu, and it will just help the cause more. But ultimately, if you just held, we would still burn daily or weekly or monthly, whatever date they decide to do the reward conversions to burn. Literally pumping liquidity and lowering supply. Literally pumping liquidity and lowering supply, thus increasing value of the Safuu token. Why is any other option even being considered at this point? This is just common sense investing in economics. We can make Safuu a true story of passive income. Daz thought that was good. Lucky Charm says, thank you, friend. I've been in crypto since 2012, and with the way rewards and even blue chip 30-day high APY staking, we have a whole list of options to choose from to get the rewards and convert back to burn. Elliot says, responding to Lucky Charms' solution, says, agree. The only thing I don't think we need to do is increase liquidity. We have 50% liquidity pool to market cap ratio at 4 million market cap. Laughing my ass off. Yeah. Lucky Charms responding to that. That's because Brian never nullified the wallet. We are borderline a stable peg token, LOL, because of him actually taking the real supply out of circulation. Small amounts of volume drastically arbitrage the price. So yeah, we are practically a stable coin. Taking the real supply out of circulation. Because of him actually taking the real supply out of circulation. Okay. Oh yeah, when he took it for Vulcan. Lucky Charms responding again to Elliot says the liquidity happens when we convert to buys. No way around that. Laughing my ass off. Oh, he's got another. Lucky Charms has another long spiel. Someone says, like Dio said, some people here are degenerates looking for quick money grab. LOL, can't understand simple idea. Lucky Charms responds, I agree. Burning SIF does absolutely nothing but gives investors an exit plan. We want to change their mindset to stay and see the positive in the long-term approach of making Safuu accelerate back over $300 a token. I'll preach and I'll preach again and again. Work on getting your bag to 10,000 Safuu. Have that personal goal. If you're already past that amount, kudos. You're a smart investor. But from a small perspective, focus on achieving that goal. There's a ton of potential in hearing comments from the council members. I know we are investing in a strong token. We just need to listen to the investors. They say burn the SIF and educate them on how we can take that matchstick they want to light and fizzle out and turn it into a volcano of lava burning daily. Got to get back to work, but stay strong. Good things are coming. I'm sure of it. And by the way, it doesn't take long to get to 10,000. 50 bucks here, 100 bucks there. By the time you know it, you'll be amazed at how simple it was. People spend more money on dumb, foolish stuff like a $10 coffee at Starbucks. That 10 bucks right there, Safuu. Train your brain to invest. Then later reap the rewards of feeling financially free. 25 cents on the ground, pick it up to toss it in a mason jar. It's money, it holds value. Also realize Safuu is truly a store of value. We have more liquidity than what the true price reflects. We aren't going anywhere. As more tokens burn, we go up. Anyways, that's my long preach from the pulpit, LOL. We are in great care, and I hope the community voted for SIF to be used strategically and not to be burnt. Then someone wrote, to me, SIF is basically a community DAO. We are voting on a strategy that would work best for the community to increase the price of Safuu. Do we have devs building out our investment strategies? If we do, I am not sure if we have enough SIF to do so. He writes a lot of stuff. Lucky Charms responds, there's already a partner in place with Apollo Launchpad that may help there, and also another partner we could take on the NFTs with the Legendary Labs. Let's see. Husk Miner responding to Lucky Charms. I'm interested in hearing how all this is achievable through a multi-sig wallet and a council that has many other daily obligations and are from many different time zones. Some people are not going to vote for something that doesn't have detailed plans. Lucky Charms responds to that. That's where delegations come into play. We elected these council members, therefore we have to trust them. If two council members live in a similar time zone where once a week they can come together to click on buy, burn, sacrifice the rewards, there's really no complexity to it. And then he said, Husk Miner says, what about the details of the actual plan to invest the funds? Lucky Charms says, I can put together a proposal myself to give them to ponder. No one has asked me. I know of quite a few good return staking investments and reward programs, even validator node projects. The council has a lot of smart-minded people, but if they ask my opinion, I'll gladly share my details. I'm just purely supporting the streams of revenue approach versus a short-term pump and dump approach. Lucky Charm says, we need the seeds of the SIF to plant an orchard. We feast forever. We take our only tree, the SIF, and we eat all the apples. We go hungry. Let's see. All right. That was stuff I didn't even have in planned. Lucky Charms just responded to me. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at what I posted on Twitter. I'm going to skim it because I'm already at 20 minutes and my lunch break is already half over. So don't worry about me though, guys. I work for my dad. So not that that means anything. Okay. My follower count on Twitter is going up nicely. So thanks guys for following me on Twitter. I'm at Oliver78900. At Oliver78900 if you want to follow me on Twitter. I post prolifically. It's ridiculous how much I post. I've posted probably 100 screenshots in the past 2 days. It's to the point where you'll probably be like, holy crap, Oliver, how do you have time to do this? I'm actually reading a lot of this stuff for the first time, so I skim as I'm screenshotting. So anyways, Sari commented on my last video yesterday, Rooster Report number 2. She said, I've been enjoying your daily short and sweet reports. Awesome. Thank you so much. Too many negative people in Discord. Let them stay there. Please don't become one in YouTube. So a compliment, and then a gentle rebuke. Nicely done. You should have followed it with a compliment, though, to make it a compliment sandwich. No, it was very nice, Sari. Thank you. I appreciate it, and I will try to be more positive. But at the same time, I'm going to try to be honest because that's what's entertaining. To be honest with you, like when I watch YouTube videos, and I watch a lot of all the other YouTubers, obviously the big ones, and as many as I can per day. And the ones that I enjoy are the guys that are genuine. That's why we all love Prado, because that dude is purely just you get what you see what you get. You see what, I think that's what they say. You see what you, anyways, he's genuine. I like that. I like genuine, even if it's sometimes a little negative. That's why I love reading Bullet's comments and Husk Miner's comments. Sometimes they can be very argumentative, but they're being genuine, and you can tell that they're passionate. And that, to me, is of value. So here's some stuff that Bullet was saying. So someone said we can depend on whales to come back and burn tokens. Say what? Because I guess they were saying that like whales won't come back unless like there's utility or something. And whales have been coming back the past couple days. And so, you know, all the people that are for buyback and burn, they're like, look, we don't need all this utility crap. We just need buyback and burns. The whales are already here. Bullet is saying, been my point also for weeks. Whales never left and they are lurking, and SIF will bring a lot more back. My vote, as of right now, 100% buyback and burn while Safuu price is low. After 30 days, if no success, using 100% of SIF for buyback and burn, invest 50% of SIF into speculative investments voted by the community. Bullet goes on to say, deploying the SIF dollar quantities after different time intervals could really be beneficial to Safuu, in my opinion. For example, I already read that to you guys. All right, what is this? I have more stuff from Lucky. He was talking a lot yesterday. This was something that was a little annoying. Are we receiving news today from the council? And Daz responds, and I like Daz. I do. He responds, if you check pinned messages, you'll see more info, but we're planning on holding an AMA next week to share ideas and discuss with the community. And I checked the pinned messages, and would you know that there was some stuff in the pinned messages? So Elliot wrote, as of now, where I stand, I want to spend around $15,000 to develop 2 utilities for Safuu, around $15,000 to $20,000 on investment with huge risk to reward ratio with 10x potential on the asset in the bull run and up to 1,000x on pre-sale allocations potential. Allocate funds towards community marketing instead of blowing it on ads. I want to create a something account for Safuu where users will earn XP. Okay, I don't know. This way we can reward users for marketing and pay them money for that instead of spending $50K on one-day banner ads. The price pool will be determined for active users that participate. These ideas will be shared in more detail next week. Once the council multi-sig is set up, then we will hold an AMA to discuss them with the community and decide which ones we put to vote. In terms of the SIF, I really think it's a half measure to burn it, and I would rather keep those funds safe so when opportunity comes, we can act fast and have funds to do so. The plan is to develop 5 to 6 utilities around Safuu so we thrive in the bull market. Then we can burn whatever we want once those utilities are developed. Obviously, it's for the majority of the Safuu holders to decide based on an on-chain vote, but my job as well as council's job is to educate the community and explain what might be the better direction to go before we hold the vote. I appreciate his tone because his tone can sometimes be a little harsh. All right, I already told it. All right, here's some more from Lucky Charms, and I'm going to try to wrap this up like in a few minutes. So thank you if you're still watching. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Got a new subscriber today. Why is this not loading quicker? Because it's on my freaking computer. You would think it would load quickly. That image is not loading for some reason. All right. So Lucky says it should SIF should be invested in streams of revenue, period. That self-sustain the burning of the protocol without the need to focus primarily on investors. There's plenty of other coins you can go pump and dump. Safuu is a store of value and will explode. Here's a nice long paragraph from him, if it will load. Here we go. We don't want that. This is Mr. Blue. Mr. Blue was actually getting Lucky Charms pretty worked up. which we never see Lucky Charms worked up. So that was interesting. Mr. Blue was saying, we don't want that mindset here anymore. Who's we? This is a community token for blah, blah, blah. And Lucky Charms responds, no, but every time I talk to you, it's negative, negative, negative. I know. I'm sorry to be blunt, but I'm tired of your arrogant bullshit that you know everything. At least when I speak, I give solutions that can benefit the community and not cut down everything to just burn so you can pump and dump and leave. If that's your intention, just leave now. I want to see Safuu successful. I know I'm not in charge, but aside from being a complete dick and blocking you, I address your concerns of utter horseshit and turn it into a positive that everyone can rally behind. So either you support Safuu and want it to be successful, or just get lost. That's some strong words from Lucky. I like it. Going to step away for a few minutes to cool down. Lesson learned a long time ago. If I don't have anything nice to say, I shouldn't say anything at all. And well, Mr. Blue, I don't have anything nice to say at the moment, so I'll refresh and come back positive. I don't mean to focus on anything like negative that Lucky is saying. I just thought that was funny. We all love Lucky. There was some whale buys this morning. There was a whale buy of $17,000 at 1:50 a.m. And then there was a whale buy last night at midnight of $8,000. Why is it? It's weird stuff isn't loading on my computer. If you guys want to be part of my Twitter inner circle, I post some stuff on there that nobody seems to be looking at. It doesn't have any views. But I post stuff that's a little more, stuff that maybe I don't want the council to see or Brian to see. And not that it's bad, but if you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you want to be part of my Twitter inner circle, I put a comment up yesterday on Twitter, and if you like it, I'll add you. Let's see. I was checking Deck Screener. This will be the last thing I do. 20, yeah. Another long one. I just had a lot of stuff I wanted to get through. Why are all these YouTubers dying? Goodness, all these young YouTubers. Just checking Deck Screener real quick. All right, Safuu is holding strong at 24 cents. It's at 0.243. So it is holding strong at 24. There's been more buys. There's still a lot of sells. So there's 41 buys to 81 sells in the past 24 hours. But I mean, even we've had a lot more sells than buys for a long time now, and that price has still been stable. That's the power of that enormous liquidity pool we have, which is just over $2 million, so $2.1 million right now. So we've had $50,000 volume in the past 24 hours. That's probably all the hype leading up to the council, because we were thinking we were going to hear from them today. And then they freaking tell us that we're not going to hear from them until next week. So we'll see what happens. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Yeah, that's it. I hope that this doesn't come across as me being negative. I'm just being honest with you guys that it's annoying that we have to wait until next week to hear from the council, and they keep being all hush-hush in Discord. But hey, I still believe in Safuu, and Lucky still believes in Safuu, and I'll keep bringing you guys all that info. So thank you for watching all 28 minutes if you've watched this far.